Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Miles Morales Spider-Man issue number 22. I didn't like this comic book, and for one very persistent reason all throughout the book, and I'm going to get into that. I have to give credit where credit's due. And in some regards, maybe a little bit of blame, but, that's not me. Okay, so Saladin Ahmed is the writer, Natasha Bustos is the artist, David Curiel on color art, letters, VC's Corey Petit, and Torrin Clark does the cover art with Valerio Scheide and Matthew Wilson doing a variant cover. All right, let's go. So, cover. Really liked it. Gorgeous freaking cover. The front page, of course, we know the logo design and all that because it's really nice. And then I turn to the actual pages of the comic books, and you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. And this is not great art. And allow me to justify my statement. I don't mean that the art is bad. I mean that it's not for this book. You see, Natasha Bustos, she has different drawing styles, and she decided to approach this comic book in a way that was very different from the previous artists. She approaches this, and she decides to make this look like a kid's book. For the most part, that would be fine, but there's mention of, holy crap and very adult subjects. And we know that this book has actually gotten wicked on certain parts, saying at certain points with torture and the like. And I'm not just talking about the psychological type. I'm talking about Miles Morales was physically tortured only a few issues ago. So we just dealt with death in this issue, and we actually saw the death in the previous issue. They're talking about spy organizations and whatnot. And I can't help but to say that, no, this is not supposed to be a kid's book. Yet, despite even having a kid's type villain in this book for what could barely even be considered a fight, I was highly disappointed to see that even when they tried to talk serious or be serious about some things like the death of Uncle Aaron and whatnot, and Captain America recognized me, so I might as well go by my regular name, and all these types of conversations, it all just seemed like it was out of place because they're adult conversations in what looks to be a kid's book because that's the way it was chosen to be drawn. None of this actually looks like something that's meant for an adult. None of this stuff looks like it's meant for a teenager. None of this stuff even looks like it's meant for, I don't know, like a 12-year-old or a 10-year-old. Look at this. This looks like this is stuff that's supposed to be, a replacement for Saturday morning cartoons. Like you expect to see this guy in Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, for crying out loud. And even that seems like it was more mature than this. This is, with all due respect, really terrible. Look, this is how the guy travels inside of the freaking ice cube toaster thing. I don't know what the hell that's supposed to be. Really weird. This whole book, really weird. In fact, there's even a part, let me get over here, where a very interesting art choice by Miss Natasha Bustos. Look here. Look here. Oh, for crying out loud, I can barely see if you can see it. She chooses to draw no faces on them. She chooses to draw no faces on the comic book characters. This is a kid's book. I don't care that Saladin Ahmed is not writing a kid's book. It turns out that he was writing for a coloring book that other people drew in. I'm very disappointed with this book. It was a bad choice. Again, I'm not saying the art was bad. I'm saying that it's art for kids. It's not art for adults. I would have expected to see this on Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. I would have expected to see this, even in some regards, on the Nadia Van Dyne books, the Unstoppable Wasp. I mean, this is the kind of stuff I would expect to see on a kiddie book, like the freaking Muppet Babies. So, no, I can't say that I enjoyed this book. The story, the villain is just some old villain who's meant to be wonky and goofy. So, I mean, I guess it was commonplace to have this, child's art on here. Not child's art, but art for children on here. it's hard to like the book. It's hard to even look at anything else. It's hard for me to try and look at the story and say, but it really was just a throwaway story. A couple little things happened here where it's like, oh, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. Miles reveals who he is to Starling. She suggests she's planning on changing her name. She reveals her real identity, says that she's starting to have problems with her grandfather, Adrian Toombs, the Vulture. She's starting to realize more and more of who and what he is and was. Yeah, all of it. It's like there's some good stuff in here that should have been better if there was an artist who wasn't drawing this like a kid's book. It's literally so overwhelming for me. I can't get into the story. I can't break into what I liked and didn't like about the story that much because the book just screamed at me. Don't read me. This is not what you read. You don't read kids' books. Natasha can draw better than this. She made the conscious decision to draw the book this way. Whether she was told to or not, I don't know. Maybe they're trying to revamp the book and make it more kid-friendly. I think that would be, with all due respect, a really stupid idea if that is the case. And I hope I'm not strawmanning here, but if that is the case, then I want it to be understood that they would be better off just making a new series, whether that means canceling this one or getting somebody else to do the new one or just whatever. But you start at an issue one and make it cared for, gilded towards kids. I'm more than happy to buy a rated E Spider-Man, Miles Morales Spider-Man book for my kids. I promise you, I will bring that home. And I would especially bring that home if Natasha Bustos was doing the art on it. Oh, I would in a heartbeat be like, hey guys, look, here's one for each of you. You know what I'm saying? No, I wouldn't go that far, but I would absolutely give them this book and expect them to read the book and enjoy the art. But this wasn't for an adult. And I'm really disappointed at the decisions all around in how she chose to draw this and the people who chose to pick her and say, yeah, sure, that's fine that you drew it like freaking, I don't know, Fraggle Rock. Anyway, guys, I'll talk to you all later. Look up that deep dive. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Like the video? Watch an ad. Class dismissed.